What's going on YouTube? My name is ginj-tcg or Chris, and today I'm finally back recording a new video. Today we got Ethan's Ho-Oh, a very simplistic version of it. We're not playing the crazy Armor Rouge version that everyone has been running. I was actually part of an amazing series, Deal or No Deal, hosted by the 1912 Titanic swim team. My guy Jonas, definitely go check it out. That video should be up soon. But if you didn't see part one, I was up against Bluestun, and the Pokemon I was given was Ethan's Ho-Oh. So this was the 60, or I should say 59, that I actually kind of came up with and ran into that, and then took the series 2-0. So now I will be in a third Deal or No Deal on his channel. But anyways, I am playing Max Belt instead of the Scoop Up Cyclone in his build, but in general right now I was looking at Ethan's Ho-Oh, and I'm like, you know, it's actually like a really solid card by itself. Obviously we know the Golden Flame ability, we know how it can accelerate energy to a benched Ethan's Pokemon, which is nice, and you know there's Ethan's Macargo, which is often used because you can discard a bunch of energy and set it up with the Golden Flame ability. But then I was like, you know what, Shining Feathers, swinging 160, healing 50 damage from each of your Pokemon? There's some good tank potential when you smack 4 Bravery Charms onto this thing. Jump up to 280, you heal 50 damage a turn. We got 4 copies of Switch and 2 copies of Penny to allow us to pivot very easily between different Pokemon, as well as multiple copies of Beach Court, just to take away some of that retreat cost, which is a stadium I feel like we haven't seen since the Lost Box days. So I'm kind of excited to bring this one back. But yeah, in general, I don't know. I was kind of rocking with Ethan's Ho-Oh. And the Ethan's Pinsir was the single prize option in that deck, which I was using to help take down the Porygon Z, since it's just a single prize attacker. But for the general meta right now, I feel like it's not the worst. It's got the Rallying Horn attack, so if any of your Ethan's Pokemon, which is our entire deck, was knocked out from damage from an attack from your opponent's last turn, this attack does 100 more damage. So you swing for 170, which can effectively one-hit KO both Marnie's Grimmsnarl and Charizard EX, which are, one, we obviously know is super popular, and one is making a big comeback in Dragapult Charizard. So I figured having 3 copies of the Ethan's Pinsir actually works very well, since we could take big one-hit KOs on, you know, those big Stage 2 grass weak attackers. But in general, just swinging 170 is great setup damage for Ethan's Ho-Oh to then go through, swing 160, take another 2 prize cards. You know, if we didn't one-shot something off the 170, that's probably because it's a 2 prize Pokemon. And then, you know, we're playing 1 copy of Ethan's Pichu, which does zapping draw for 30 damage, and you draw a card. So you can take down Badooz, you can take down Clefas, while also building yourself up a big hand. And we got just a free retreat pivot, which is always nice when we're going in with the Golden Flame ability, since the energy has to be attached from the hand to one of your benched Ethan's Pokemon. So, you know, having that for your retreat pivot is super nice. But in general, one of the things to note why I'm playing Max Belt is I really like the Ethan's Ho-Oh getting up to 210 damage specifically, because that allows you to take KOs on Pheasantipity, Squawkabilly, Mew EX, really any of the Ogre Pawns, which are in a ton of decks. I mean, there's a lot of options when you get up to 210 that Ethan's Ho-Oh can swing for, which is kind of awesome, and I feel like makes the deck, I mean, definitely somewhat viable. I feel like, you know, this might not be the best or most competitive version of Ethan's Ho-Oh, but, you know, we're out here having a good time. It's my first day back recording in the new apartment. I don't know if you guys could tell the new setup around me, but I'm still working out, you know, the audio quality in the new room. I still have to put up curtains, so I apologize if it's a little bit, I don't know if, like, the background, you kind of hear some of the echo that I think is in the room, but yeah, you know, I just wanted to make a simple deck a little easier on the brain to run for this first video, just because I'm exhausted from packing all the furniture, moving it all, then unpacking it. I'm just trying to get my bearings again. But yeah, we're officially in the new setup, and all is going super well. So, you know, I hope you guys are doing great too. But back to this. I think that's pretty much it for the rest of the deck. Every other card here should be, like, super familiar at this point. I feel like we're not doing anything too crazy except for the Ethan's Ho-Oh Pinsir combo. Heavy supporter count. We're playing no Pokemon Search because we're just playing 4 copies of Ethan's Adventure, which can honestly set up almost our entire board because we could just take the rest of our Pokemon with that. I'm playing an insane amount of recovery. We got 2 rods for Pokemon recovery and some energy recovery just in case, but then I also have 2 superior energy retrievals. So when a Ho-Oh is KO'd, we can just get the 4 energy back immediately and hopefully set up another backup Pokemon. Hopefully in that world when we get KO'd, we have 2 Pokemon in play that are set up, so we can get rolling with that. But yeah, you know, it's a pretty simple deck where we're just out here to play the game, use Golden Flame, set up a couple different attackers, and then go to town with that. So I hope you guys are excited to see the video. I'm definitely excited to get it out there for y'all. And yeah, without saying much more, let's hop into match number 1 and see what we can do. Welcome to match number 1. I am opening up with the mulligan, which is okay. Maybe we can work around that. But I did want to say I did have to make a small change to the deck list because I remembered I am not up against just Porygon Z. I am up on the ladder, and I had to put my boss's orders back in the deck. So I did take out 1 Earthen Vessel and 1 Super Rod, and I took 3 mulligans. Be for real. That is actually so obnoxious. Honestly, at least the start's okay. Am I going first or second? I am going first. All right. You know what? I think if we're going first, we actually lead Pinsir here, and we try to set up a Ho-Oh with Golden Flame this first turn. I don't mind if they take a single price KO. Anyways, the correct deck list will be in the description down below. So if you're looking to copy the list and you need something solid to play, you know, that deck list is in the description down below. We'll have 2 copies of Boss's Orders, and all should be good and well. And we see a Scream Tails in the active. Gardevoir is most definitely not the deck. I wanted to give all of those extra mulligan cards too, but I mean, hey, you know, if that's what I gotta work around, that's what I gotta work around. So we'll just get all the energy set up on our Ho-Oh, and then next turn I'm feeling great for a research. And yes, I know we're losing out on a theme. Ethan's Adventure could pull out some much needed Pokemon since we don't have any Pokemon item search in this deck, which is something to note, but 1 Ethan's Adventure and your board is like guaranteed, like Pokemon are set up, and playing cards like Research, drawing 7, like you're gonna naturally draw into the Pokemon. I've played a decent bit of this deck at this point, and I think my setup has been pretty consistent almost every time, which I feel like is the same for like 80-90% of decks. So I'm not complaining about it much at all, but not having the boss's orders when you're up against, you know, meta decks, stuff on the ladder, you know, you're having some fun, is definitely not ideal. So I definitely needed to throw that in the deck. My opponent still has an 8-card hand, even if they just go in with the TM Evo this turn. That is so terrifying. Especially because I don't have Iono in hand. This would be an awesome turn to Iono just because their hand is so massive, and we know they're going to get a good Scream Tails play this turn, but hey, it's not the end of the world. They still need a lot of energy in the discard pile, and we did not see any go in the discard pile because all I did was go Arven and then Buddy PAF and TM Evo, set themselves up that way. That energy top deck might be the world's best thing to happen to us. Right? Because then I could attach this, or do I attach it to the active? I don't know if I'll get a switch card. I'll smack. You know what? I'm gonna Golden Flame. This is gonna look insane. I'm gonna Golden Flame the energy here because if I get Beach Court energy, I'm gonna need to manual attach to the active and then retreat. And I'd rather just stay a little bit safer that way. And this is pretty similar to that play that I was thinking about. Sadly, I did whiff the energy, which is actually pretty shocking, knowing I had a great bit of energy left in the deck. But it's not the end of the world. I still feel pretty okay here. I mean, we got Arven for Earthen Vessel, and I did get that boss's order, so I know someone's going to be like, oh, but like, that boss's orders could have been your 3rd vessel, and it's like, yeah, no, you're totally true, but, you know, if there's a Mew EX on the bench that I want to clean up for game, you know, wouldn't be able to do that before, so, you know, I like having the 2 boss's orders in the deck. I think that's much, much more needed than, you know, a 3rd copy of Vessel. The 1 Rod, like, I don't mind going down to 1 Rod because we do have 2 copies of Superior Energy Retrieval, which retrieves back an entire setup for a Ho-Oh, more than a setup for a Pinsir. It feels a little bit stronger. We don't need to recover much Pokemon since we play a lot of copies, a lot of Pokemon that aren't necessarily going to be needed. And my opponent is immediately getting 2 Gardevoirs down and researching 2 research and a counter catcher. They still have no energy in the discard pile. That hurts. Now, they could slap for 30. They could set up some damage on Monkey Dory, but this is assuming they get some energy in the discard pile. My opponent gets the Dark Energy attached to Monkey Dory. And do we see a slap? Or do they actually have more cards in hand? That's insane, actually, that they had that many cards in hand and they were able to get 0 psychic energy in the discard pile. It seems I'm not the only one, you know, missing out on some energy needed to start attacking. If I could have attacked this turn, oh my god, that would have been huge. That actually would have been so nuts. I guess they would have been able to go counter catcher, bring up the Pinsir, and it seems that's still what they're going to try to do. They're going to, I guess, no, they're not going to do anything there. Okay, interesting. And I get a Penny, which doesn't feel too bad here. I mean, I kind of want to go Pokégear, see if I could get Ethan's Adventure. Might be the best card for us, and I get an Iono and a Research. I mean, I'll take the Iono. But I think the best play for us is save the Penny if we could try to live an attack with Ethan's Ho-Oh. What I'd want to do is bench the Ho-Oh here, and I think go Arven for Vessel and Bravery Charm. Our Max Belt's prize, that's okay. I mean, it's kind of hard to one-shot Gardevoir when they got the Monkey Dory spam going on, so it's not the end of the world. I'm going to Vessel away the Professor's Research here and take 2 energy out of the deck. We got 4 more in the deck. I got the Beach Court. I got the manual attached for a solid retreat into Ethan's Ho-Oh. And then I think what I want to do is use this Golden Flame ability to set up the energy on Pinsir, because this is going to be an amazing backup attacker for us. And if they KO it with a Screamtails, well, that just means Ethan's Ho-Oh sitting in the active and sitting pretty strong, so I don't mind that at all. I am really tempted to charm the Pinsir and just make them work a little bit harder, right? Because then they would have to put more... does that ever really matter? I don't think so. I think we always go just beef on Ho-Oh. I think that feels the best for us. So let's go Shining Feathers, swing 160, take the KO on a Ralts, and then next turn I can go Boss's Orders depending on what my opponent throws down for us. They got 4 cards in hand. We get an energy out of the prizes. That feels amazing. And they promote a Gardevoir, so they're going to need 2 more energies, specifically one of them a Psychic Energy in the discard pile, if they want to get this attack off with Miracle Force. I wouldn't be shocked if maybe their play is a Mind Bend here, because they got the 1 energy in the discard pile, but again, they're still going to need a retreat, which they now have, and they could Psychic Embrace, put the energy to the active, they could Monkey Dory it off, but they could retreat into Monkey Dory, Mind Bend, go for the confusion, try to set themselves up, give themselves another turn to hang. We'll see. Maybe they go Screamtails. No, they just give Monkey Dory, and they're probably just going to pass from there. They got the set. Oh, no, I lied. They're not going to give me the one with the Dark Energy. They're going to give me a Monkey Dory with no Dark Energy, and then they'll Mind Bend or Regenerate, excuse me, the damage off, and then Mind Bend. So I'll have some, 90 damage done to Ho. It's a little unfortunate. And they go Night Stretcher to take back, what was that, Mew? Oh, my God. Wait, hold up. That Mew needs to get KO'd with Max Belt. That is going to be our 2 prize win con. And they got the Super Rod here to bring back, what, a Ralts? Did they have anything else? No, it's just the Ralts. Okay, I mean, hey, fair enough. They'll go Restart for 2. They're just trying to thin cards out of the hand, search for something else to get them going. Penny and Boss both feel amazing here. I'm not sure what the best play for us is. I mean, it's kind of difficult, because I could go for another retreat play, and I could pick up this active Ho-Oh. I would love to flip through Confusion, but I kind of want to just guarantee I'm taking prize cards, because in a matchup like this, that is super, super important. And I don't hate taking out the Monkey Dory here. It's totally not the end of the world at all. Penny does feel pretty good, because all the energy does go back to hand. And I do have a retreat play with the Pinsir, and I can always Superior Energy Retrieval the energy back if I need it that bad. So let's just go Golden Flame. And we'll take the 2 energy in our hand, attach it down here. We'll go Penny. Again, just because I need to play as safe as possible in this matchup. This is a hard match to work around. We'll pick up the active Ho-Oh, and I'll promote Ethan's Pinsir here. Because then I still have my retreat play. I've got the Golden Flame, so I could attach another 2 energy to the Ho-Oh right on over here. I could attach retreat, but that's not going to do much. Because the retreat cost is still 1. So we'll still go in 2. Our Ho-Oh EX that's set up, and I have 2 energy in the hand. I think with this setup, I really do like the energy on Ho-Oh, right? Like, we could go Golden Flame, or excuse me, on Pinsir, because it's just a great single prize option. If they take down the Pinsir, that means the Ho-Oh lives. And if they take down the Ho-Oh, well, it's super easy for me, or much easier for me, not super, but much easier for me to get 1 energy to just set up Pinsir and swing pretty hard. So I think I am going to value the Ethan's Pinsir setup over the Ho-Oh here. I'm going to take another prize card. We do have 1 more energy in the prize cards, which would just guarantee our Pinsir play, and there it is. So now I've got the manual attached for Rallying Horn, swing 170. If they go into a Screamtails, take on my active in some crazy world. Well, that's fine. I will be okay. They got the Gardevoir EX in the active with 2 energy in the discard. We could see a Miracle Force play to swing 190. But now they do know we are playing Penny, so the cat is kind of out of the bag with that guy. And they're going to go Secret Box, scared of Dark Energy, Iono, and the Clefairy EX. But they are going to guarantee themselves a perfect hand. Now, there are 3 Research in the discard pile, and 1 Iono, 1 Arven. I wouldn't be shocked if we see an Iono play here, giving me a new 4 and making me lose Boss's Orders. But that's fine. I mean, honestly, the biggest thing at this point, and they take Arven. Okay, I was going to say the biggest thing at this point is getting Max Belt out of the prizes and praying it's not our last prize, because there is a phenomenal chance I'm going to need to KO this Mew EX to take 2 prize cards at some point. I don't think Ethan's Pinsir is going to do enough prize disruption, putting that single prize attacker out there, buying us a little bit of time. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Swinging 170 is amazing, except for Mew EX, man. I mean, that is just 10 damage short, you know, for up against, you know, Pheasantipity or something like that. You know, it happens. Not the end of the world. It's just, it sucks that the one card that's prized is the one we're really, really going to need. They got the Vessels. Yeah, they got a bunch of energy now. More in play. So you could manual attach 1 to Gardevoir EX or just Ultra Ball them both away. And now, yeah, they've got a lot more energy in the discard pile to work with. They got 4 Psychic and 1 Dark Energy, and they got the Drift Bloom. That could take a KO, especially if they got Charm in hand, right? I mean, if they get 6 damage done, yeah, no, they need the Charm. That is what they need to take the KO, which I guess makes sense that they had it. They probably got it. Yep, got it right there. And their Arven, well, they've got 2. They've got another Bravery Charm in their hand. That is the last card. They should not attach that anywhere. You go for the restart for 2 here. You play it safe. You are swinging for, what, 300 damage? No, you have 4 energy, not 5 in the discard pile. Okay. Okay. So that means what? If you have 4 energy, you're doing 30 damage for each damage counter. You'll have 80 damage done to Drifloon, and then you attach a Psychic Energy to Gardevoir, which means now you'll have 5 energy in the discard pile total for Drifloon to swing for KO. I definitely was going to live that attack, right? Or no, would Monkey Dory have ruined it with the 30? Hold up. 4 times 3. No, because it would be 8. You'd have 8. Oh my god. The Drifloon math makes me so miserable. But they'd have 80 damage done, which means they would be doing 240 plus the 30 damage off the Monkey Dory would have been 270. I actually was going to live that attack. That is insane. But no, they're going to get their 5 energy down and take their KO with Drifloon. That's fine. I mean, we knew this is going to be a tough match from the start, which is why I'm so happy we have Boss's Orders in the deck, because I'm really, really going to need it. But I think here our best play is definitely just go Pinsir, Rallying Horn. If I could draw into some more energy, I mean, even an Iono doesn't feel awesome, but if that's what I have to do, that's what I have to do. Now, they don't have any energy left in their discard pile. You know what? I am actually kind of tempted to go Boss's Orders on Gardevoir EX. That would be really funny. They'll take their 2 prize cards. That's such a gamble, though. And their hand is, I guess, pretty big at this point. Iono's definitely our safer bet. We have to go Iono here and just take the prize card. We just have to win the prize race. And we get Ethan's Adventure. Now, that's a card I don't mind using. Boss is not going to do me much here. There's nothing I need to boss up. Ethan's Adventure feels super solid. I could Iono them to a new 4, but honestly, I don't mind our 4, especially when my 4 allows me to go Ethan's Adventure for Pinsir 2 energy, and I could save the Iono. And now I'm just going to set up another Pinsir. And I'm just going to force a bunch of single prize Pokemon down my opponent's throat, just like they're doing to me. It just feels pretty good. And then we go Rallying Horn 170, take a KO, and pray I get Max Belt. So all I need is a manual attach, Max Belt, Pinsir, Boss KO, me to take 2 prize cards. And then we're sitting in a phenomenal spot, get Superior Energy Retrieval, which, you know what? That is an amazing card to get. I'm not too mad about that one. That does get me a whole lot. I got 1 Pokemon in the discard pile. I've got 6 energy. I'm going to have 9. Yeah, no, I kind of needed the Superior Energy Retrieval. And then I could get rid of Beach Court in my top deck and just decide between Boss or Iono. I don't necessarily want to get rid of either off the Superior Energy Retrieval, and there's almost nothing in the deck I'd rather keep over, I think, the 2 supporters in our hand. I think those are going to be the best supporters for us going into the late game. They're going to go Night Stretcher. They're going to bring back the Drift Bloom. We know they have another, Bravery Charm in their hand. The question is, did they get Counter Catcher? Which, I mean, they probably did. Honestly, they might have even gotten it last turn. No, they just Arven for Stretcher. Did they get it off the Secret Box? I don't remember. No, they did not. Okay. Yeah, so they might have just drawn into it then. They have another Monkey Dory play they could do. It's just, do you have anything else, or do you just go for the KO on Pinsir? If you just go for the KO on Pinsir, it actually feels pretty awesome. Because then I keep all my energy in play, and they have the Counter Catcher. Okay, so they got the KO on Ho. Oh, man. All right. Hey, I mean, you know what? I could really just rock off the single prize board state at this point, though. They're going to take 2 prize cards, but I'm going to have 2 Pinsirs set up. And the only way I'm not doing damage is if they don't KO me. And if they don't KO me, I might be able to clutch up a win at this point. So you know what? This isn't the end of the world. I mean, you know, the 10 damage short on Mew does feel pretty bad. I think I would have had a phenomenal way out if I could have pulled that off. But you know what? That's does not seem to be how my luck is going today, which is fine. I mean, hey, that happens, man. We knew Gardevoir was a tough deck. We knew this one was kind of a Mimi, you know, box deck, a very, very different, probably not as effective way to play Ethan's Ho-Oh, but, I mean, we are still taking this deck toe-to-toe. But they are getting the flip on the prize cards. I'm going to need to take Max Belt out of the next prize card if I want a shot at closing this match out. I think they've got 8 damage down on the Drift Bloom. They're going to need that 5th energy. No, they're not, because they can Monkey Dory, and we're at 250 already. Yeah, no, they'll be okay. You go Adrenal Brain, you take the damage off the Gardevoir here, put it on the Ethan Soho, tell us to figure it out. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. I was like, wait. Did they misplay? No, they didn't. They don't even need that extra energy. It just saves them in case I want to guess something, try to trap it. Definitely would have been an interesting play. I don't think it totally would have saved us. But I guess they did have all the energy on Drift Bloom. Yeah, it would have been pretty hard. I don't know. We'll never know. We'll never know. I didn't take that line, so I do not know how it's going to end. They're going to go down to 2 prize cards. And I'm going to promote Ethan's Pinsir here. And I think our best route is probably Iono. And we get another Iono. Well, I have to drop them to 2 cards. And I have to hope I can find another Boss's Orders. I'll take a bunch of energy out of the discard pile, even if it's just to keep it in the deck so I could Vessel into it later if I need a, you know, go Ho-Oh. There's nothing I could Boss KO that's more valuable. I think we just kind of knock my opponent's hand down to size, put him down to 2, and hope these 3 cards are the best 3 cards I've ever seen. And honestly, an Arven doesn't feel awful. I've seen worse. For now, let's just Rallying Horn for KO on my opponent's Pokemon, and I need this card to speak to me, and it is Max. Okay, wait, hold up. Now, if I top deck Boss's Orders, I do have game on Mimi X. Did I just lose the Boss's Orders that was in my hand? Yes. Should I have kept my hand? Honestly, probably, but I don't know what. Just my opponent having a big hand, I wanted to put him down to 2. It was kind of scary. I figured at this point, you know what, we're going off vibes, and that was the play that was speaking to me the most. I could maybe try to figure something out, but I don't know. I'm gonna feel real bad though if my opponent doesn't do any sort of hand disruption, and if I'm just sitting here with Max Belt and that's that, you know, that would be pretty unfortunate. They're gonna go Iono. Okay, you know what? That makes me feel so much. No, because that's a new hand. They might not have gotten that Iono. Oh well. Well, the Max Belt's gone, and I get Bravery Charm, Superior Energy Retrieval. I think this is where, you know, everything falls a little short for us. That is unfortunate. Can I draw into any card that can guarantee me game? I don't play Counter Catcher. I play 2 copies of Boss's Orders. I don't think any one card we top deck could do it. We don't have any natural draw in the deck either. Oh man, yeah, this feels pretty tough. How many energy they got? 5 energy, right? Yeah, so they could swing for 200 damage, which is plenty to KO. Ethan's Pinsir. Oh man, that's so unfortunate. Dude, we took it toe to toe with Gardevoir EX. Maybe that Iono wasn't the play just because I needed the Boss's Orders that was in my hand. I don't know. Honestly, I feel like they still probably would have pulled it off. Their own Iono, because they could have gone restart. They could have thinned whatever cards were in their previous hand to restart into Iono. We knew they'd draw it off one of the top cards of their deck very, very easily because they did play it and they did the restart after the Iono, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Iono, restart. Yeah. Alright, so I think no matter what, they would have been able to pull off the Iono, which makes me feel a little bit better, but definitely not great. What do I get here? I get Pokégear. No, wait. They've got 2 energy in the discard pile. Yeah, so I can't even stick them in the active. We just got a cope here. And I don't even hit the Boss's Orders off the Pokégear. Oh, so unfortunate. Well, I think that might be all she wrote for this one. Nothing we could do. They'll take a KO very easily the following turn. I mean, I got this attack, and then even if I KO this guy, boss up someone else, they could retreat everyone. There's really nothing we can do. We get Boss's Orders, Earthen Vessel. Hey, you know what? That happens. That's how it be sometimes. All right, we're going to go down 1 game. We are 0-1 after the first match, but we took Gardevoir as toe-to-toe as possible, which feels pretty good with this deck, you know? And I think there's hope. Let's hop into match number 2, see if we can turn the day around and get a win for ourselves. Welcome to match number 2. We open up, honestly, with a decent start. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Doesn't feel too amazing, to be fair, but, I mean, we got a Pokégear. We could fight for the Ethan's adventure play. Next turn, try to set ourselves up a little bit better. They are leading the Petron, so they'll probably get some good poison damage down, but I'm not scared of poison damage. We are going to heal 50 damage from each of our Pokemon with Shining Feathers. So I think here, all I want to... I might even just save the energy, to be fair, in the Charm. I might just hold the entire hand and try to go, if I can, get 4 energy down. Like, in a perfect world, I top deck an energy. That'd be 2 energy in my hand. I get Ethan's Adventure off the Pokégear, and then I could set up a Ho-Oh. I mean, we would still be short, though, to retreat. And they go Iono. Okay, I mean, hey, not the end of the world. Do I lose out on an energy? Yeah, I mean, I do. And we're up against Enzoric, which is a deck that's going to be a little bit difficult, to be fair. But they are weak to grass, and you know what we got in the deck? Grass Pokemon. All right. This feels much better. We got another Ethan's Adventure, another energy in the hand, and I get a research. Now, this is a hand I don't mind sitting on. We are going to go Ethan's Ho-Oh, double energy immediately. I am tempted, actually, to go Ethan's Pichu and just get the extra draw down, but that is an easy Pokemon for my opponent to snipe. I don't necessarily want to give them that. I'd rather just get a bunch of Pokemon down to work with and then go double Golden Flames to my benched Ho-Oh. That's the first Pokemon I have to attack with. I have to use Rallying Horn after MKO. Then I could chain Rallying Horn KO. So let's just Golden Flame everything to this guy, and we'll pass. I want this Ho-Oh to take the attack. I want this to eat the first attack. That way I can start using Shining Feathers to heal it up and just make it feel a little bit tankier, and I've got a perfect hand to do that, and they just pass! Oh, no. Oh, we gotta punish them for that. Alright, well, we got Arven. We got Arven for Vessel, and honestly, I could take out another Bravery Charm here. I don't mind banning a Charm if I have to, because I love the rest of the cards in the hand. So you know what? This might be the turn. I cannot believe they literally just drew past. They are so mad. I know that for a fact. Let's get this extra energy here, and then we will go Golden Flame to attach an energy to Pinsir down here. We'll switch into Ho-Oh, attach the Charm, so we're sitting at 280, and then swing for Shining Feathers for 160 damage. Go up a prize card against Enzoric. We'll take the one there, and we'll see another Vessel. You know what? That's a phenomenal prize card. That's 2 energy, which means guaranteed setup Pinsir. Yo, this deck flows. I almost dropped all of the cards I'm playing with in my hand. This deck flows so well. And they play the Iono here, which, I mean, yeah, it's a little scary, but you know what? We could work around that. We get double Pokégear, Switch, Beach Court Pinsir. Not bad. Third Pinsir, I really don't know if we're going to get much value out of. I don't think that's the Pokemon I really want here. I want to get more energy down. Maybe try to set up another Ho-Oh, especially if they are whiffing the KO here. Because they're only swinging 170 with Virtuous Flame. I am going to have to swing into them and just give them access to Powerful Rage, but at that point, I would have some good damage down onto Zork, not the end of the world. I kind of want to give them 1 KO, that way I can just start immediately chaining as many Pinsirs as possible. And they go Unfair Stamp. Alright, well, now this is where things get devastating. This is where I have no idea if we can make a huge pickup. And I get Energy Iono. Never mind, everything's a lie. We are so fine, it's not even funny. We'll see what the top deck is. I think if I top deck an energy, I'd like best deck in the format, no questions asked. This is the 60. This is the 60 we gotta run. I can go Golden Flame right onto Ethan's Pinsir, and then get that guy fully set up, rip an Iono, get a perfect hand, and no, I get another Ho-Oh, which I don't know if I want to bench. I think I'd rather just Golden Flame the 1 energy on Pinsir, make it so all we need to do is attach, and then rip an Iono here. Yes, I'm giving my opponent a new hand, but I'm also giving myself a new hand, and I still need to develop my board state a little bit more, get a couple more energy in play. I like this. I like this a lot. I love the Charm here. I don't necessarily have a spot I want to attach it to yet, so I am just going to hold on to it, but I am going to... Honestly, I might hold the other energy to set up the other Pinsir just in case, because they could go for a ball scale on this Pinsir, leave us with 1 Ho-Oh that can't take a massive KO on their active. So I think I am just going to hold this energy, and I will hold... You know what? I'll smack a Charm here. I don't mind a Charm and a Pinsir. But then I might want to belt a Ho-Oh or a Pinsir to take a KO on Fez, on Petra, something like that. I like that play a little bit more, so I will just Golden Flame for 160, take 2 prize cards. So now Ho-Oh has gotten its value in prize cards, which feels pretty awesome. And I get another Arven out of the prize cards, which is great too. Don't mind getting more supporters out. That's kind of how our deck functions with no draw engine, which is why I'm not playing cards like Pokemon Search. I mean, you're seeing now how we're finding our Pokemon fine. So, you know, Nest Balls, Ultra Balls are not necessarily cards we absolutely need, But supporters that allow us to keep playing the game, I mean, those feel a whole lot more useful. Now, my opponent can go Night Joker into Virtuous Flame here. They are not playing the Darmanitan, so I don't know if I need to worry about that guy too much, but they do have a Monkey Dory. Could be a little difficult to work around, because we know that they can powerful Rage for more than enough damage after we go Shining Feathers, but they might just have to switch into Zoroark to take the hit and set themselves up that way. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know if I necessarily have a phenomenal play around. I would need Penny and Max Belt to go for an insane play and like a gusting play. Yeah, no, it's too many supporters in one turn, and I can't top deck all of that at once and use 2 supporters. I was going to say to take out like a Petrun or a Fez right here. So it might just be sitting pretty, and they're going to go Counter Catcher on the Ethan's Pinsir with 2 energy attached. And do they just pass there? Or are they going for the KO? They're going Rocket's Venture Bomb, which is a pretty fun card that they could definitely take advantage of in this deck. The damage counters on their Zoroark EX does help, but no, they're just going to drop it down on the Ho-Oh. I do have a guaranteed retreat, but they could also go Petron EX, switch into Zoroark EX, take a KO, and then we have to just go in with Ethan's Ho-Oh again. And they're going to go for an Iono. Alright, that's some good disruption. We could recover the 2 energy, though. I'm not too worried about these 2 energy. If they do take a KO, though, they do make my Pinsir active again, which I do absolutely love. And they're going to get 2 more dark energy. Now, they did not use a manual attachment. They used En's Peepee up, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, they could still manual attach the energy onto Monkey Dory or Enzarua to set themselves up a little bit better the following turn. And I am going to need a crazy play. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to need a pretty regular play, if I'm not mistaken, to take a KO here. I've got Beach Court in hand, so that makes my retreat cost go down to 1 with Ethan's Ho-Oh, which means I would have 3 energy in the discard pile, so Superior Energy Retrieval is good enough value, and we still have 2 Ho-Ohs, so I could still easily set up a Pinsir. You know what? Alright, I think we can make this work. They took their KO for 1 prize card, and I'm going to try to take a 2 prize KO with Rallying Horn, since they are weak to grass Pokemon, but if not, I do have Shining Feathers Ho-Oh to swing for good damage, and I get 2 energy out right there. Alright, well that feels pretty amazing. I will go Pokégear just to see what I hit, and I get Ethan's Adventure. I mean, I feel like guarantees our play here, right? We got 2, 4, 6, 8. So I should have 4 more energy in the deck, and I could take out another card as well. Yeah, that feels pretty good. I could Iono them to 5, but like whatever at this point. I kind of just want to guarantee everything, and I didn't get Arven to guarantee. So we go Adventure here. And as long as, yeah, I got 2 more energy in the deck, and honestly, give me another Pinsir, man. Because if I need to close this, yeah, no, I'll take another Pinsir here. I don't need to play the Pinsir. Or do I? No, because I got 4 prize cards left. Let's put the Pinsir down. We'll go Golden Flame. Take 2 energy, smack it down here. We'll manual attach the 1 energy onto the Pinsir, and then we will go Golden Flame 1 more time to get the energy down onto this Pinsir here. I will play the Beach Court just to put 1 less energy in the discard pile. And then we'll go in here and just Rallying Horn for 340 damage, taking a huge KO. And the last card in our hand is Professor's Research. Now, yes, I am getting 2 prize cards, which feels pretty awesome. But even if I don't get anything good off these prize cards, I'm feeling amazing. And I get a switch in an energy. Okay, that's actually nuts. Well, the switch... No, is cracked because I used Golden Flame to attach the 1 energy to Pinsir, switch into it, and then I need a Superior Energy Retrieval or something like that to bring some energy back, or just draw into one of the 2 energy left, and then boom, good to go. I mean, that would do it right there. And they get the Zoroark as well as Blood Moon Ursaluna. Now, that's going to be a little bit harder to work around that Blood Moon, but... I think we could do it. They get the Ends Castle to bump our Beach Court, but at this point, I've either got game or I don't. If they take a KO with Ends Zoroark on our Ethan's Pinsir, I am just going to go in with another Ethan's Pinsir and tell them, hey, you know what, here you go, that was a good game. This guy is the main Pokemon in the thumbnail for a reason. Pinsir is phenomenal. Pinsir is absolutely goated with Rallying Horn. It takes such massive KOs. I think what they want to do here... Actually, yeah, nothing feels great. They could go Boss KO on Ho-Oh, take 2 prize cards, try to get back in the game. But if they do that, yeah, they go Night Joker. I was gonna say if they do that, I just promote Pinsir, tell them to figure it out. That's game. But no, they are gonna go for the Virtuous Flame plus the Mochi, swing for 210. and we are going to have to promote Ho-Oh here. And there's a bunch of cards I could draw into that still kind of guarantee me game. I just need to get this Pinsir set up, and if nothing else, I have a perfect retreat because I got 3 energy on this guy, and I might not even need all of them. They'll take their 1 prize card here, and we'll see if they get a playable, if we get a playable card, excuse me, to just guarantee me game without the research. They're going to take their time selecting their energy. I've got a feeling they might have tabbed out at this point because it doesn't feel great for my opponent, but hey, that's what happens when you're playing in a simple Ethan's Ho-Oh box. You play 4 of everything, which increases your chances so much to just draw into the needed Pokemon, needed card at the right time. So we'll promote the Ho-Oh, and what could I draw into to help get me out of this little jam here? I get the Arven. That should guarantee it right there because that's superior energy retrieval, plus max belt, which is pretty cool. And we've got a whole bunch of energy in the deck. I can get rid of the switch and the research. That just, we don't need those. Take, sure, I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't need the 4th energy. We got the golden flame plus retreat, and then boom. Might as well max belt as well. Just swing for as much damage as possible, right? And that is a rallying horn for 440 damage for game. That is going to bring us to 1-1 for the day. Pinsir putting this entire match on his back to pull us through the top into match number 3 and see if we could clutch up the positive record for the day with the world's most simple but efficient Ho-Oh box. Welcome to match number 3. We open up with a, it's not a great hand, I'm not going to lie. I mean, we got a Pokégear, hopefully gets us Ethan's adventure. But you know what? We are staring down a Badoo, which means item lock is going to happen. I'm just gonna Pokégear now, take the research. And you know, we're just going to play it as absolutely safe as possible because the switch is going to do nothing for me. So I might as well just attach the charm here too. And do I ever need the energy attached here? There is a world actually where I might, because I might need to go into a manual retreat and go Ethan's Pichu into Badoo and show that guy off a little bit, getting us a clutch prize card if we can draw into it, while also getting us an extra card from the deck, which honestly just feels so good into Badoo, because a lot of those turns are usually stuck setting up alongside your opponent. So if you could clutch up an early KO against a Badoo, it feels great. And I'm up against a Dragapult EX deck. Now this is going to be fun. Now Ethan's Pichu, yeah, I mean, it's super easy for my opponent to target down. But if I'm taking a prize card with it, I'm getting insane value out of it. Now losing the Penny is so painful in this match, but I think with our current hand, there's nothing I can use Arven that's really going to help me. I don't want to Penny and just pick up everything, so I have to go research, bin the Penny as much as it does suck. And you know what? Yo, I knew I had to attach that energy, man. I mean, I had to, because I knew there was a world where I needed a retreat play. Or actually, no, I guess I didn't technically really need to, but you know, whatever, you guys get the point. We're going to go retreat for 1 energy because I got Beach Court, but if I didn't get the Beach Court, that energy was very essential. I can attach this energy, and I still feel like we got good value with it on this Ho-Oh because it does have the charm, and I can heal 50 damage from it. I am going to Zapping Draw for 30. Take the KO. Yes, I know Pichu is a very easy Pokemon for my opponent's Dragapult to deal with damage counters. They can take a big prize card that way. If I need to charm up the Pichu, I will charm up the Pichu. But more importantly, I've got a prize card's worth of value out of the Pichu. So, I mean, hey, I'd say it's an even enough trade for me. Now, we're going to see if I can tank my way through the rest of this match with just 1 Penny, a whole lot of healing off Shining Feathers, and maybe a Pinsir or 2. We do have the Max Belt in hand. Now, the Max Belt isn't going to save me too much unless they go in with something like Pheasantipity this turn, and they get rid of the Blood Moon Ursaluna and the Hawlucha. I don't think that's going to help too much in there. There is that Pheasantipity, man. I mean, hey, that is a Pokemon that we can 100% take a big boss KO with a good Max Belt on a Pinsir. They might not even have a guaranteed KO this turn. Right? They go research. They get rid of Turo. Oh my god, they get rid of Turo. That's big. Turo would have been so devastating when we're playing a 2-shot deck. And they have a 10-card hand, which is absolutely terrifying. Now, all they need is the manual evolution into Dracloak to put them up to 70 damage. And they will be able to take a KO, but they did manual attach an energy. So we need to see a rescue board or something like that to get this GP out of the active as well, or Dracloak, excuse me, as the fact that they can't play Arven, so they can't necessarily just search into it. They just have to pure draw into it. This Recon Directive could be a make or break, because if they do not pull that off, I mean, I'm going to Iono their hand back down to size, get a little Max Belt. Actually, I don't think I'm going to get a Max Belt in play. I really don't want to test the waters and see if they play Defiance Band and go boss KO themselves. They get Maractus. Oh my god, so I wouldn't be able to retreat Pichu. No, they just retreat. Oh, or excuse me, pass. That's huge. Oh, that's so huge. And I get 2 energy off the top. They give Zapping Draw, Clutch Attack to get us the extra energy, so those Golden Flames is just that much easier to pull off. And then I think here we just go Iono. I don't want to max belt. I don't want to test the waters and see if they play Defiance Band and they go Counter Catcher Defiance Band KO on Ho-Oh. That would be the world's most devastating thing. I think all I want to do is attach the energy here. I think we do Charm the Pichu. Just tell them, hey, you got to put in a whole lot more work to KO this Pichu than you would like. And then retreat here. I mean, I could... Honestly, yeah, actually, I think there's a lot of value in a Golden Flame for 1 onto a Ho-Oh here as well, because now it's just 1 Golden Flame plus a manual attach instead of 2 Golden Flames away from being set up. And I'll go Shining Feathers. I accidentally clicked on the energy, but we are up to prize cards against Dragapult, and I know it's, you know, it's a deck that can make some comebacks look so easy, but these Ho-Ohs are taking their value. I mean, Pichu's taking its value. Now I need Ho-Oh to take 1 more prize card before that guy's taking full value as well. Yes, my opponent does have Flip the Script. They will build back up to a 10-card hand, but it wasn't the 10 cards they were starting at last turn. Those are on the bottom of the deck. We're giving them a new 4th of their deck, and they go Brock Scouting for Dragapult EX, just guaranteeing, or actually, that's what I'm assuming they take. I mean, maybe they take 2 Dreepies here, and they just are that confident that, ooh, Cheeky Monkey Dory, they are that confident that they're going to draw into everything. Well, that is terrifying. And I respect it. I mean, hey, that is a valid play. They got the Monkey Dory down, which is fair. I mean, they are playing the Luminous Energy, which could help a ton, and Psychic Energy. You're playing Fire, Psychic, and Luminous Energy. I feel like if you're playing Monkey Dory, do you ever go like Dragon Ball Charizard where they play just basic Fire Energy and Luminous, and you play just Luminous Energy and then Psychic Energy so that you could use Mind Bend as often as possible if you're in bad scenarios? Or is that dumb? Does that not make sense at all? I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe they have Crispin in this deck too, and that's why they need the Psychic and the Fire. I'm not sure. I'm not a huge Dragon Ball player, so small changes in deck list differences like this, I love hearing about, you know, the value and why this play is better than that play, because it's not my go-to, and I love just being more knowledgeable about the game, trying to figure stuff out like that. But my opponent is going to go for the Phantom Dive right now and put 200 damage onto my active and 60 damage onto my benched Ho-Oh, although I've got a Shining Feathers lined up and a Switch card. Now, do I ever go Boss's Orders here? I don't think I do. I think I have to go for the big play. They have gotten rid of 2 Turos off Ultra Balls, which, now that I think about it, is nuts. Because there is a 150,000% chance that this Ho-Oh is getting destroyed this match. So I need to go Arven, and I don't even hate... I can't take Vessel. Be for real. I was going to say I take Vessel here and Max Belt, just in case they get some good healing down with Monkey Dory. Oh, man. That ruins so much for us. I mean, it could take Superior Energy Retrieval, but I think Pokégear might be better because we have a lot of supporters left in the deck. We got 2 Boss, an Iono, 2 Arven, and an Ethan's Adventure. You know what? Yeah, let's just do this. That is so devastating. It's not even funny. And then we'll go Shining Feathers. They're gonna take a KO. That's inevitable. I'm gonna keep the Max Belt in hand. I mean, there's a world where, like, we could still need Charm on that Ho-Oh. I don't necessarily get value out of it right now. I might want to save that for a Pinsir for a KO on Pheasantipity. Like, I might be fine just swinging to 160 and putting them up to 320, but they did have the Luminous Energy in hand, so they kind of Adrenabrain some damage down, which means I am now going to need to net Max Belt, so I just need to dodge an Iono. And if they play an Iono, I get 4 new cards, so it's also not the absolute end of the world to go Night Stretcher, probably for a Dracoloak. Is that even in the discard pile? It was. Oh yeah, we killed the Dracoloak, so now it'll be a little bit easier for them to get 2 Dragapult EX in play. This active Ho-Oh, I guess, didn't get total value out of itself, but Pichu put in a lot of extra work, so it's not the end of the world. They still have to load up damage, yeah, on this Ethan's Ho-Oh. Oh man, but then I have to Max Belt, and then it's not a guarantee that, you know, we can heal, because they would have 50 damage left. But Pichu's still up. I don't know, this is a mess. I'm not going to try to math and predict this through. It's a random recording, not a regional match for myself. I have to go Pichu, because I need a lot of energy to put that in the active. I almost made a pretty funny misplay there. And I get Arven, which is great. I'll see if I get Ethan's Adventure out of Although, is that even better? Could get to Switch Beach Court and hold the gear and just take the 4 energy back. And then I still keep the gear for next turn. You know what? That actually does feel pretty good. Because then I can max spell too. No, but then if I do that, it's like I'd be going for Bravery Charm as well. But then I wouldn't be taking the KO because they have 190. Let me see what I hit off the gear. Get a research. Okay, so then we just hold the research in hand. I have to go Arven for superior energy retrieval. And yeah, I mean, I guess we'll take a Bravery Charm here. It's not the end of the world. And I get rid of the Switch and the Beach Court, which, I mean, it's a little annoying, but you know what, it happens. I need all of this energy in play pretty much right now just to be able to do something. And, I mean, I could Charm, but then it's like, what am I stopping? I'm just stopping the inevitable. I think I'd rather just take 2 prize cards here. I think that's always the best play for us. And we got our free retreat. We got our Ho-Oh in the active spot. I'm swinging 210. They have 190. Yeah, you know what, that's a fine enough play. It's good enough. I got research and boss in hand. I didn't get to use my max belt in the world's most ideal situation, but you know what? It happens. And I'll take 2 prize cards, so now I'll jump up another 2. If I Ethan's Adventure, does that ever guarantee me game? I don't think so. I need a Ho-Oh, a Pinsir, and an energy off that. But then I can't boss KO if has Indivity. They go Iono to 2. Oh man! All right, now this is where things get ugly. This is where things get a whole lot scarier. And we get Ethan's Adventure! Oh my god, and Vessel. That might be literally the 2 best cards to draw into. That's insane. Oh my gosh, Iono was such a lie off that. Okay, hey, that's fine. I mean, my opponent still needs to find another Dragapult, and they're down just 1, and they scoop. Oh my god, they didn't have Dragapult. Oh, they did not have the Dragapult in hand. Did they go Fez? I need to see if they just flipped the script and whiffed. If they, yeah, they flipped the script, whiffed. They didn't have any way to get Dragapult because they were down a bunch of Ultra Balls. Like, they had used 2 or 3 Ultra Balls that match. So we were able to actually clutch it up. They were not going to take out that Ho-Oh, which means I had a free walk in the park KO. I would have healed out of KO range for a Dragapult EX that turn, while also setting up a backup Pinsir and getting another Ho-Oh into play. I mean, that would have been the world's most devastating thing. So, yeah, hey, you know what? We're 2-0 with a crazy Ho-Oh box. This deck is so much fun. Oh my god. I mean, this thing is ridiculously consistent for no reason. It's honestly, I mean, Shining Feathers is such a solid attack. I feel like my intro didn't do it justice. But, hey, I mean, great match all around. I hope you guys stuck around and enjoyed the video. Sorry I was a little rusty on this one. It's been almost a week since I recorded it. I'm just getting back into the swing of things after moving and everything, so I hope you guys are doing awesome. It's great to be back in the new setup setting with you guys. And let me know what deck you guys are looking forward to next, and I'll try to throw it on the list I got lined up of stuff to play. With that being said, hope you guys are doing amazing. Stay epic. Peace.